Have you ever wondered how the world might end? Maybe it'll be a whimper rather than a bang, or perhaps giant space worms will devour the planet. How about a prophecy foretold by ancient myths? In Norse mythology, the fate of gods and men is predetermined. Ragnarok, the end of the world, is inevitable. Let's dive into this week's myth and find out what it means for us. In Norse mythology, Ragnarok is both the end of the old and the beginning of the new. It's a day of immense chaos where the gods fight against the forces of evil and the world is destroyed only to be reborn again. Earthquakes, tremendous storms, and the complete breakdown of morality and order follow. A big bad world serpent named Jormungandr stirs from its slumber beneath the sea and unleashes tidal waves upon the land. Initially, he teams up with the giants and serpent, but later betrays them, releasing a horde of venomous snakes into the sky. As the gods fight the giants, Loki taunts them, reveling in the destruction. But when he sees that the god Heimdall is about to slay his brother, fearsome serpent Jormungandr, Loki draws his dagger and plunges it into Heimdall's chest. This act of treachery gives Heimdall's horse, Sleipnir, the strength and speed to trample Loki to death. Fearful omens fill the skies, such as 3 comets blazing across the heavens and wolves howling at the moon. The whole world trembles one last time before being submerged under the waves. All is water. All is chaos. And check out our other videos, which are all brought to you with the help of a fantastic community of patrons. If you'd like to help support us, you can get started at our support page. Until next time. The word Ragnarok literally means the children of the rock or the fate of the rock, with rock referring to the giant Ymir, the father of the gods. From the mountains to humans emerge, and the survivors of Ragnarok. Stories like Ragnarok were a reminder of the inevitability of death and destruction, but also of the potential for renewal and rebirth. These myths provided a framework for understanding the world and humanity's place within it. They offered a way to cope with the harsh realities of life by providing a sense of continuity and hope for a better future. The old gods may be dead, but their heroic deeds live on in the memories of men. We see the death of gods and the destruction of the world as necessary to make way for new creation. With the old order gone, a hero couple emerges to repopulate the earth, suggesting hope beyond the apocalypse. They mate and have children, and soon the earth is once again full of life. The story goes that Ymir was killed by his brother Bor so that he could take his place at the head of the clan. Hey, what other myths would you like us to cover in the future? Let us know your thoughts. In revenge, Ymir's spirit cursed his descendants, dooming them to an early demise. Ragnarok is their inevitable fate. It all begins with a series of signs. 3 long and cold winters are followed by 3 summers of widespread flooding. But perhaps even more terrifying is the knowledge that every major god is destined to die. When Ragnarok comes, the Aesir gods, which include the likes of Odin, Thor, and Frigga, must face off against the forces of chaos. These include Loki, who has turned against the gods, Fenrir, the wolf, Jormungandr, the world serpent, and Hel, the goddess of the underworld. Odin's son Thor gets into a massive brawl with Jormungandr. He manages to kill the beast, but is poisoned by its blood and dies soon after. Odin is less fortunate. He's dragged down to the underworld by a monstrous wolf, none other than his own son, Fenrir, who grows ever larger until he's big enough to swallow Odin whole. And what of Loki? With the help of his sons, Vali and Notori, the gods manage to bind Jormungandr's corpse with chains and throw it into the sea, where it disappears beneath the waves. After 3 days and nights, the world rises from the sea, washed clean and free from the corruption of the old. So in Norse mythology, Ragnarok is both the end of the world and the start of a new one. Norse mythology was a part of a larger pre-Christian European tradition that saw the world as cyclical, constantly ending and beginning again. So what do you think of Ragnarok? Is it just a scary story, or does it offer some deeper truths about life, death, and the human condition? And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already.